Feeling refreshed, though.
That's the wrong one.
Good.
This one, that one.
I definitely needed it, but it was a solid 5 to 10 minutes after I woke up before I realized, no, I did not oversleep.
Right.
Came to see me and was
Been
like, "Did I miss it?" Like, no.
Been there.
Check
Done
my
that.
own time. I'm pretty sure I didn't just completely space. Time to remember to posty in the mosty. Oop. I actually hit the enter key when I go to my Discord because that's important. You can be alerted. It'll check me there. Do it in the blue sky. Then get right into it. Hello everyone. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and today we do another episode of Fabula Ultima, the castle that would pierce the horizon. And we open up with a bit of poetry, as the usual. Oh, hush, hush. Fields are eating stars again. Teeth full of glitter and ruin. A place, I think. Or a hand cupped against night? No matter. Spires grew like screams that forgot how to stop. Sand was not sand, but a choir. Grains chanting in tiny, bright knives, and rain stitched silver across realms, each drop a needle through invisible cloth. The ones who danced first, mist-born, sun-swept, clay-shaped, claw-shadowed, they spun their war songs and wore lightning for cloaks, and wind bowed low to kiss their knees. Laughter broke mirrors, and sadness bent mountains. Then? Lanterns of sky blinked once, twice, gone. And moths, always the moths, ate edges of memory. A river carrying hollow crowns downstream, a tower weeping iron tears into the dust, hands, so many hands, grasping for names already unmade. Radobara, oh broken cup, you spill and no one drinks. Fields remember. Stones hum lullabies too low to hear. Beasts dig at the graves of songs. I awoke with silver blood on my tongue, a shard of forgotten thunder in my fist, and sky whispering over and over, fall, fall, no wings, no wings.
That's foreboding. A little stream of consciousness.
All good heroes in time do sleep. After long journeys, great adventures, and near destruction. As the weight of the world lays upon you, at times, even in the rare times, you find yourself in at least someone's home. No brother, no father to challenge you or threaten you, no sorceress nipping at you. Just a quiet, motionless sleep between the rocks.
Ooh.
This is a new one. Ooh. Oh, this is awesome.
Just so you see what they see, folks. You awake across rolling sand, glittering black and green and red and gold and lavender, as the sky seems to mirror the desert sands across you. Blips of bolt zip between the fragments and twinkle with a light that drowns out the horizon. But what glows the brightest of all are three massive spires, like three suns, and a lesser star. It is the five of you, less Zevin. You pick yourself off the ground, bleary-eyed. You are not between the rocks anymore. You are elsewhere.
What? Where are we?
I'm going to be blinking my big wide eyes and sniffing around with my nose. And I have absolutely no idea.
I'm gonna go approach some of the sand and look at it more closely.
Oh,
Never
forgive
seen
me.
glowing sand like this.
Forgive me. This is an overworld map.
Oh,
Never mind.
like we're standing on an overworld map?
Yep.
Oh.
I
To give you an
look
idea,
around.
you are
Aw.
here at where this marker is. The nearest massive golden light is like 50 kilometers away.
Okay, so
And
we're
you-
like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I've never seen any place like this.
Is the sky like night sky, or what are we talking about? Sky above us.
You try to peer up, and there's so much light emanating from the grand stars on the horizon, if you will, and even the sand beneath you, that it almost blots out the night. But if you peer long enough, you can see the twinkles of stars.
Now, to clarify, so you said that each of these cities is like 50 kilometers, what have you, away. But to us, does it feel like we could just walk over to them in like a handful of steps?
You're not sure. This defies anything you've experienced. Even this level of light has never. None of you have seen light this bright other than the sun and maybe Pyrian itself. You guys don't see lights this bright that aren't stars or elementals.
This almost feels as unnatural as that time that we visited the live stream.
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
in some sort of conceptual space. I don't think we're supposed to be here.
I
gonna
am inclined to agree.
I'm going to give Lucius a hard look and look at Umbrinius and Vivius. Is it just my imagination, or do they look sort of faded out?
You peer past Lucius. Lucius, you look over your shoulder, and you notice that the two of them look like faded memory. They make the motions. They look like they're talking or making some wisecrack or watching the horizon dutifully, but they aren't here. They are like illusions, phantoms that follow you.
Vibius, Umbrinius.
They look over at you, attentive.
Do you know where we are?
Willpower's part of it, Lucius.
Cool. Also, hang on. Cool.
That still matters, in case you're wondering.
If you need help, I'll do what I can, but I don't know what I can do to help.
Hold on. Willpower's part of it, you say?
Yes.
Hey, I'll take that.
Can I help somehow?
You've interacted with them, I'd say so, yeah. You're not unfamiliar with Umbrinius and Vibius and how they should act.
Yeah, it gets to a 13.
Yep. Yes, it does.
Oh, cool.
You don't hear them say it. You just get this sense. That you are amidst a realm of magical technology. A realm spoken only in bardic tale. Supposedly in the countless realms where so many realms rise and fall, all rose together as if under the same ocean. And some have higher peaks, some low valleys, some grew brighter, some were flooded away.
So each of these cities that we see are different civilizations of powerful technology that have risen and fallen over the years.
No. They are that empire. And it occurs to you that those are not stars, those are cities. Cities that span countless kilometers in every direction. The lights you see are not one bright light, but a sea of lights. No
one of
city
them
in
might
your life has ever been this big.
Does it seem to me if perhaps one of them might represent all the people of Guacamole?
Insight's
Of the
part
entire
of it.
kingdom? I'm going to think long and hard on this, but I'm getting the sense that each of these vast cities may actually be representation for a nation. If it's an open roll, I get a +1. I don't know if I was trying to hit a target number or not.
Guacamole, ancient, even in its ancientness, the tales you hear about it are, today it is high fantasy mixed with natural. It is a marriage of castles and villages and the sprites and fae of the world.
Right.
More Duncan's realm is far more in tune with nature than Guacamole is, but you've never heard of them ever embracing Magitech. Even now, you don't even see any Magitech. When you try to make Magitech wheels, they didn't have the materials to make them, because why would they ever need to make them? They have other ways to do what they're doing. This doesn't feel right. If this is Guacamole, maybe there's some lost lore of elven kind or dwarf kind, but
Okay.
And this all seems to be sand, right?
yep. It swirls as you move your boot, and it twinkles and glitters.
I think we are looking at the empire that came before. Do we see this pin here?
You look above you, and you notice that there is a glowing arcane lantern with a faint bluish light. You recognize it as the arcane lantern that you guys pilfered not that some time ago in your adventures. It's usually found in Zevon's pack, but it seems to be flying freely here.
Right. Do I have my pack and everything with me that I normally do?
Yeah.
I'm going to dig into my pack and consult the. I suspect it will be useless, but I will absolutely take a look at and consult my crew map of the Countless Realms incomplete.
The pages are blank.
That's what I thought. We're definitely not in Kansas anymore, Toto. I roll it back up and put it in its scroll case and put it away.
I'm sorry, Kansas?
It was just an unusual name that came to me. Pay it no mind.
Countless realms are indeed countless.
Yeah.
I once saw a witch riding a bicycle in the wind. Made no sense.
I believe that this is that great empire that came before. If that is true, then these cities are impossibly vast. It would take Seven's train a day just to cross it. Oh, hang on. Peering off in this direction to that city there,
Mm-hmm.
is Lucius able to work out? Is that the sunken city in the Darklands?
Insight's part of it.
They did have technology there, didn't they? Gotta help.
Insight. Is this an open roll?
Yes.
Cool. Then I get a +3 to this. Oh!
Nice.
I don't even need an assist. That's as high as I can get.
You spy in the distance, straining your eyes, finding. You ever do that thing where you kind of shield your eyes, like you kind of make your own little binoculars around your eyes to try to see something very far away? You find
Yeah.
yourself doing that, and then realizing covering the tops of your eyes doesn't really help. It's actually the light coming up out of the ground that's messing with you. So you actually end up doing this reverse thing where you're kind of shielding your cheeks, like putting your hands against your cheeks to shield the light coming from up, so you can see further in more detail.
Yeah.
And you peer and you peer. Take a nice long deep breath and calm down and think. What is it you see? It looks, for all its sharp corners and its spheres and its twinkling lights and this massive magical bubble around it. But within that bubble is a mining town built into a sharp valley between hills. It is a town between the cliffs. It is, Admiral, Rock Bottom, the town you guys rode into this morning.
But it's
Though-
a huge.
It's looking a lot bigger and a lot more thriving. The one you see now is this beautiful jewel that takes up that part of the horizon, whereas the one you saw in the morning looked like it was like a child pushing it, or a cat trying to push itself into as small a hole as possible for fear the birds will pick it off the ground.
Okay. Additionally, because I rolled absurdly well on that, that procs my lore master flash of insight, I get 2 free questions. However, I am going to save them.
Aren't they related to the
So-
thing you did lore on, though?
So I may ask the game master up to 2 questions concerning the subject of my investigation.
Right.
I may ask these questions immediately or save them for later.
Okay. Two
So,
questions related to the distant Lavender City.
Yeah, so if later on we're doing something in the city and I have a question that I think could be relevant to something I saw here, I can say, hey, I'm going to use one of those 2 questions I have saved up about what I saw earlier.
Mm.
Well, I'd just like to point out, it doesn't feel like we're like part of the natural world right now. We're looking at like a representation of that place across time and space. Maybe all it's ever been and all it ever will be, or something. And that the size of its glory, I guess, in this representational place may be the amount of magic technology that area has built up. I don't know. That's what it feels like.
Lucius is also taking the moment to like sort of take in everything and just try to remember as much of this all as he can in terms of where things are in relation to each other. And he's gonna walk over to more Duncan. What do you think, Lady Duncan?
I honestly am not sure. I don't think we have enough information to make a judgment on it. Our dumb question, GM, but is that like we're not in the train anymore? The train has disappeared, right?
Yep.
Okay. Can I lay down and like pick up a handful of the sand and like look at it more closely?
You certainly can. You scoop up some, and you can feel some of the sand drift away like a breeze gently is washing it from your hand. Not all of it, just the very peaks of it kind of smooth out almost immediately. You feel warmth against the palm of your hand and this little tingling, almost like a hand fell asleep sensation around the meat of your palm. But it doesn't spread, just right where the heaviest collection of it seems to be setting. And you actually see your fingers twitch a tiny bit as you feel little shocks. As you can see little bits of energy of bolt going zipping its way through the sand.
Have I heard of any material like this before?
Insight's part of it.
Cool.
I will bestow -2. This is information long lost to time.
Okay, one moment. I will spend a trade point.
Okay. Ha! Merchants.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Balances against the penalty. Good.
Well,
It does
than
more
that.
than balance the penalty.
Yeah, it's even
I
more.
end up with a net of plus
It's 4.
Or
+4, yeah.
cool.
Submit.
Oh,
High five.
Nice.
very nice.
Jeez.
It is said in the realm of the Sultanate of Ascara that much of their Magitech is a series of magical spheres that interact with each other. Sometimes they're self-contained magic, or chemical fluids and ingredients mixed in and then pre-molded into whatever it is you're trying to do. You're becoming a lot more familiar with it the more and more you're around Zevin, because Zevin is proving to understand it more and more and more. It is a whole other world of alchemy. It's not the way you do things at all. Your way works just fine, but her way, you get what it is. There's that level of alchemy. If you want to do quick stuff in front of you, magic spheres do it. If you want to make something that's like for a house, you usually need to put magic spheres on like a sheet, a board, and then in that board you trace bits of gold and silver and copper, and draw runic lines in between them to have them interact in more complicated ways, like if you wanted to make an oven, or you wanted to make an automated loom, or something like that. Expensive, pain in the neck to build, but if you build it right and you put a shell over it, you never have to touch the spheres again. It casts the magic all you need it to, and that's the basis of most Magitech. Almost all Magitech in Ascara or comes out of Ascara is that kind of design. It's reliable, it's cheap, and it's cheap relative, you know. You may have seen one of these things
day after day, right?
Yeah, you may have seen one of these things in Core Stellum in like as a curiosity. You may have seen one back home, and it would sell for an obscene amount of money. You almost never would have seen it in Wakamal. There may have been like one or two in like the castle, just out of sheer, it's a gift or it's a thing someone gave them or whatever. This is a step beyond that. What that board mimics is this sand. This sand, you've heard of a thing called the Alchemist Stone? A precious bit of orichalcum, the purest of pure, that can transmute anything into anything. But it's always been, in legend, a stone, a singular thing you hold in your hand and then interacts with other alchemy. But you've misunderstood. They didn't mean stone. They meant stones. And you are looking at a desert alchemy. This is Magitech sand.
That's awesome.
And what you're holding in your hand is, as far as anyone in the Countless Realms is concerned, would be an artifact in and of itself. And you're standing on a field of the stuff.
Holy
Just a handful. Just a handful would be an artifact?
Yeah, because you'd be able to do so much with it. You're essentially holding a handful of alchemist stones, as far as you're concerned. You could do almost anything with this. This could replace anything that will require any ritual. Automatically is halved with using alchemy stones. Because it's a universal catalyst. It works with everything. It's a universal transmuter. It can change anything.
I think I would like to collect some
Fair.
and save it for the future, because I believe I can probably use this to make the transition for my magical staff into something else here. I'm not sure how I would accomplish it yet, but with this, I know it must be possible.
Easily done. You just grab any old handfuls, and it's uncomfortable to hold a bunch at a time because it's warm and zaps your hands as you're moving it, because it's actively magical. It's actively doing something, even when it's removed from the desert. But if you put it in a bag, it'll just the bag will glow and flare every so often, but otherwise, yeah, it's fine in a bag. Another great use of this stuff, it is incredibly stable.
Good.
Can
I estimate about how much I would need and no more to accomplish what I want to do with the staff in the future?
Even a single bag.
My head wrapped around the project.
A single bag could do wonders.
Okay, then I won't take any more than that, but I will take that much.
What was that more?
I'm trying to understand what it is that the sand is doing. Because you mentioned it's doing something, so...
It is. With that high roll, there are artifacts, even in the Isles, there are artifacts that protect cities, especially really important ones with a powerful wizard in them. The Stone of the High King being a sacred stone that helps protect your High King from danger and bad fortune. That's like an active magical item that extends beyond himself and across like the entire room to his family. You've heard of the Castle Highmount is basically shields and magically enhances the entirety of the city. This is those things for an entire realm. The entire realm around you is under the magical influence of the sand. You're standing on the largest magic item in all the countless realms' history. And to even begin to guess at what this could do with an 18, that's still pretty high. Anyone from child to dying man could cast magic more powerful than you've ever dreamed of. Craft anything they wished.
So basically, these are powering all of the cities we see around us, basically.
They're powering
Anything
them. They're the means through which it is done.
I almost want to say it's like how they say, you know, significantly advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. This is significantly advanced magic is indistinguishable from God, I don't even know what.
I'll note
Right,
to
it's
you,
like
none of you
corollary.
feel too hot or too cold. The wind is brushing at you, but not so stiff as to bother you. You don't even feel thirsty. Like the minute you feel like that bit of, oh man, I should take a drink, you're fine. It's like if you're like, oh, you know what? Oh man, I'd really like to go for orange juice right now. Suddenly you feel your mouth kind of trickle with orange juice and like the flavor, and then you're satisfied. It kind of comes and goes. And the more you focus on it, the more it just kind of. And if you start feeling overwhelmed, it actually tapers off and just calms down, so it doesn't overwhelm you. There is no way to starve or have thirst out here. You do not need to live off the land. Well, rather, you already are. The land's just doing it for you.
Right. Wow. The more we stand here and discuss this and understand it, three of us, the more I feel like we have an opportunity to do something amazing with this. Something could change the world in a positive way. And I sort of feel like it's our responsibility to think about that hard and do something, because we don't know how long we'll be here.
Mm-hmm. Say we should examine these cities.
Yes.
Yes. Which one first? In case of arriving at one takes us back to the real world, we can consider that back here would be safety, right?
Indeed.
Because we'd end up where we left from if we end up back in the real world there. But I feel that this is an opportunity to learn and understand things we don't currently. So perhaps safety is not our best option?
What say you, Lady Duncan?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, honestly.
I give you a
So
thumbs
be
up.
it. As
Well-
Lucius starts walking off over towards this city here.
Okay, I'll pull you back.
Good as any other.
As you travel for a day.
I just follow after him. Like wherever he goes, that's where I head to.
Whew.
A day's travel. The city seems so far away. If you have a rough idea, it'll take you some time to get there. Oops, I chose the wrong. There we go. Eric. You continue in the direction?
We never get
Yeah.
tired or feel like we need to rest, correct?
No, you don't feel fatigued.
Well, if we don't need rest or mental fatigue buildup or anything like that, then sure, we'll just keep going, I guess.
Another day. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound good.
I would like all of you, individually, to roll willpower as part of it, as your journey continues, and the mystery of the sands dwell upon your mind.
Okay.
Come on, Fumble. Come on, Fumble. Hey, that's actually not too bad for me.
I got a 12. I don't know why, but I felt it was going to be terrible, and it came out great.
Or Duncan and Lucius.
Yay.
The mysteries of the sands, the possibilities, they just begin to swirl in your minds as the days go on. How could cities be so big? How could so much magic exist and no longer be? Why can't you see the stars? Why are you here? You both suffer from the dazed condition.
Stars in their eyes.
Further, you both lose 20 mind points.
Eep.
Cool.
Further, we each lose 20 HP
Yikes.
as you have the worst headaches of your lives over the course of this travel day.
Do I notice them looking a bit bedraggled?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious to an outside observer.
Okay. At some point, I'll say, I know we were just discussing that we never felt any fatigue, but you guys look pretty fatigued. Should we take a moment here before we continue?
I am fine.
I'm alright.
If the monotony of the journey continues to weigh on us, perhaps we should take a break and do something else before we continue.
The lot of you hear the singing of an elf out there amongst the sands.
Tell the direction it's coming from.
When you look, you see a elfin woman with silver gown, sparkling like stars. Her hair, this sort of nebulous green. Her skin, this violet and lavender color. Her eyes aglow as she looks up to the stars and sings. Her hands rise up as she seems to be praying, casting a spell perhaps. A ritual. It's hard to say. But you can see sand flowing from her fingers as the wind picks at it and whirls it behind her.
I'm just going to lean over to more Duncan loud enough to where Lucius can hear me as well and say, I think she knows what to do with the sand.
The song continues. The ritual continues.
Lucius will approach.
I won't let him go alone.
I'll come as well.
Pardon, miss.
She stops her song and looks to you. Her eyes like moons as she stares back to you. And behind her, in the grand cityscape that dominates the horizon, you can see airships frozen in time. Streaks of lightning frozen on their way to hitting the others.
I'd like to offer that before Lucius opens his mouth and starts putting his foot in it like usual, I'm going to give him a gentle elbow in the hip.
No. I'm not
And-
gonna. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna say anything. With
Okay.
that sight. I would like to use one of my. I'd like to use one of my questions.
You may want to hear what's on the ground closer to you. But you
Oh,
can,
okay.
if you don't
No,
want to know,
fair.
I don't have to tell you. I can answer your question instead.
What is on the ground near me?
Remember the harvesters?
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Like a bed of spiders across the horizon. Massive mechanical things that are frozen, and it looks like her ritual has stopped them from coming any closer.
I have my question.
Okay.
Well, one of two. But from seeing that city off in the back the way we came, and now seeing this sight before me, does this tableau before me feel like the fall of a civilization?
No.
Okay.
This appears to be it at its height.
Mm-hmm. I see. Cool.
By the way,
Yeah.
What memory do you forget?
Oh God.
What?
Uh, just any memory.
Yeah. Whatever it is, once you tell me, that is gone. Your character will never
Oh,
remember it.
oh boy, oh boy. Um, his least favorite book from his time studying.
Willpower is part of it. That book vanishes from your memory, never to be read or remembered again. You won't even know why you even dislike the darn thing, because, well, you never read it, so you don't know you dislike it.
Huh.
By the way, more Duncan,
Mm-hmm.
what memory do you forget?
Oh no.
Um. I would say the taste of my least favorite food.
Willpower's part of it.
Sure.
And thus it's gone, never to be tasted again in your mind. That's going to be an unpleasant surprise in the future.
Yeah.
Hey, Aether,
Yes.
what you thinking about?
Well, the last thing I was going to do before this all happened
Hmm.
was that I was going to elbow Lucius in the hip gently
Mm-hmm.
to remind him to like glance at me before he starts speaking and
Okay.
give a sweet little curtsy to the elf lady as we approach to remind him that we're supposed to try to approach her with manners and be gentle to her. So that's what I had on my mind.
Okay. You do so.
Does it appear as if her halting her ritual is what caused these things in the sand to start moving again?
They aren't moving.
Okay. But her ritual was doing something. Is there anything noticeable about what's changed
I mean,
since she suddenly stopped?
is she still doing it?
No, she's looking at you.
Oh.
Well,
I'm
past
just
you, through you, but she's aware that you are in the near distance.
say I almost feel like we shouldn't disturb her. She's doing something so important. I don't know. I will curtsy and bow my head to her and get her attention that way and wait for her to acknowledge my presence.
She sees you.
Um,
Uh,
Miss, we are travelers, far away from home. May we pass this way?
She blinks slowly. And as her eyes close, it's as if the moons themselves were draped with cloud. And as her eyes open once again, she peers to the city, peers back to you, and makes a gentle, sweeping gesture to her side. It does not seem she has any means or reason to bar you in the great vastness of the desert. It doesn't look like she really could. She's just one elf. What could she
Lucius will just
possibly do?
Lucius will just nod, and if the others will follow, he'll continue past her.
well, that was definitely a
Mhm.
an invitation if I've ever seen one. So I'll follow you, Lucius.
Sure.
And on you journey. And as you pass her, she, like a mirage, fades from view, along with the many harvesters that were at her beck. Though now that your eyes have been drawn to the skies, you can see the airships still frozen in time that are frozen in their tableau over the city.
Right.
If this entire place is frozen in time, what do we hope to accomplish here?
I do not know. If Seven were with us, she could probably give us some insight, but I know very little of magic, to say nothing of magic technology, to say even less magic technology on this grand a scale.
Well, if we approach closer, surely we'll find locations and people, and we can examine them closer. Maybe we'll come to understand something from that. I don't know. It's like more Duncan said, we just need more information, right?
For a moment, you all see the ever-stretching desert of Ascara. The sand ready to blast every bit of you apart. Massive, monstrous, mechanical golems in various beastly shapes, crawling around and turning to look at you, and then you are back to this starry desert in its cities of light.
Oh, have we moved somewhere else?
It's like the world suddenly was diluted away, and you saw the desert you know before. And then just as quickly, like someone put food dye into the world, this vision came back.
We appear to be looking at the entire empire of Oscara, as if it's all in one place, all at once. That's why it's so vast.
Oh. Or do you mean the old empire?
All of it, from
Or
the beginning
Oscar.
to the end of time. I think that's why it's so hard for us to comprehend what we're looking at. We're not just seeing it as it is now, we're seeing it as it was from its conception to its bitter end. Everything in the middle as well. Like a layer cake of every moment in time. Every person, every part of it. It developed vast magitech, and this is all of it. We're looking at it.
You give that whole metaphysical explanation, and Lucius just sort of plops to his plops sitting cross-legged and says, if you repeated that during one of my philosophy classes growing up, I would have probably called you a hack.
Well, I'm gonna when I say all of it, I'm holding out my arms, holding out my ears like an X shape, so you can see just how vast I'm trying to represent.
Right, yeah,
I
right.
know it makes no sense, but we're looking at it.
But how do we get out of here?
I don't know yet, but I don't think going into the middle of it is going to accomplish it.
Well, staying in one spot isn't going to accomplish it either.
Do I remember anything from that brief moment where the desert turned back to normal?
What do you want to remember?
Was there anything anything of particular note in
I mean,
or was it just all desert as far as the eye could see?
All desert and glass and mechanical monstrosities. As all the stories of the Ascaran desert tell, it is one of the most dangerous places in the countless realms you're aware of.
Oh, because are there just like remnant, like remnant golems wandering the waste?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even the Askaran Sultanate goes on massive campaigns to march their way to their camps and build their. That's a large reason why railways are a thing. It's to get to the major campsites quickly and outrun
Got it.
anything that's in the desert.
Got it. Cool.
Only a fool would walk across the desert. That's how you get killed.
Okay.
Heck, you saw what happened when you stuck your head out for like a few minutes. It hurts. Bad sandstorm. You're gonna notice pretty fast.
Yep. Did I see any camps? Did I see any city?
No. You wouldn't have.
Nope. Okay.
Insight's part of it. You might have seen something in the far distance. Now that I think about where you are.
Because I will note that this might help in accomplishing it.
Okay.
Or is it?
I don't know. You
Here
tell
it
me.
is.
Oh, never mind. Don't roll. You saw a railway going from due east to due northeast. You can see you saw that tiny telltale sign, that shimmer of metal that you might see along desert sands. Maybe a train?
Ooh.
Yeah, there was a train. It was like super far away. You barely. It's only because of your perfect memory you can see that little. Like it was like a 12-car train, you think, or so. What else? What else?
Bigger. So bigger than Sevens.
Yeah, Seven's is a single car. It's the engine car that also is where you sleep.
Yep.
What else? There was a lot of creatures. They weren't organized in any way. They were digging for something. It wasn't there for very long, so you saw a flash. It was a clear day. No sandstorm currently, so it probably wouldn't have hurt all that much if you were there. It's about it that you could see from that memory.
Okay. Good to know. But yeah, Lucius is definitely committing that to memory, because that might be useful when we get out of here.
If you get out of here.
Ah.
Yeah.
There was a train on tracks.
And it
In
was
that
part
brief-
of that, yeah, that barrage of that feeling that we were almost back to the regular world in that, right? That's what you're saying.
Right. In that brief moment, I swear I saw it. A train on tracks going, did you say northwest or northeast?
Going from east to northeast.
Ah, okay. In the east, traveling northernly. But what that means and who it could be, that's anyone's guess.
More, are you wholly human?
Yes.
Just wanted to check. Nothing to worry about.
Uh-oh.
What about you, Temzik? You're wholly human, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Lucius is completely human.
Ether, the thing I'll say is special to you that you feel at the moment, you feel a distinct lack of darkness and shadow. Like, it's as if there's an abundance of light.
Right. But when you're talking about the moon, you're talking about a reflection of light from the sun.
Mm.
So it's all still sunlight, it's just reflected from something else.
Mm-hmm.
If I peer up and use my hands and bend my ears down to like block the light from below, can I get a sense of where all this light is coming from originally? If I try?
The cities, the sand. There is starlight. That is a thing. It's just the light from below is so bright that it drowns out the sky.
Got it.
Think light pollution in a modern sense.
For sure. We could consider going to examine one of those other city-like locations out there. But it would be quite a journey, right? Like we're looking at a distance. But we might learn something if we do so. What do you guys think?
It's possible.
Are you two up for it?
I am.
More?
I apologize. I had a computer glitch. I missed what happened in the past 30 seconds.
No problem. Aether merely proposed moving closer to the red zone and see what we could learn there.
Sure.
You start heading north.
Yep, I think we'll begin heading north.
Okay. You walk for a day. And the ground begins to ripple under your feet. You rise and fall with the sands, as if the very ground beneath you was breathing. Makes keeping your footing kind of difficult because the ground's literally moving up and down underneath you.
Like walking on solid waves.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like an earthquake or?
Far too gentle from that, but the swells are so big that you're going. If you're on the top of a hill, then you're at the bottom of a hill. You're at the top of a hill. You're at the bottom of a hill. And you're walking downhill, then you're walking uphill, then you're walking downhill, and then you're walking uphill. It's like being on a treadmill of the world.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Could we attempt, as we travel, to like use it to our favor as we move, so that we're mostly going downhill regularly, and then resting slightly as we're having to crest?
You could attempt. Might would be part of it if you wanted to attempt that.
I will attempt that as I pave the way forward. That seems like it's worth giving it a shot.
Tide misses.
Got an 11.
I am not helpful.
And I'm just confirming. I'm gonna do dexterity.
I was using insight because I was sort of like watching out for how they moved to try to like angle the party in the best direction, sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh, well, it wouldn't have mattered because it's.
Well, it takes us to
What-
12.
Yeah, it takes you to a 12, but not 13.
It all helps.
Don't worry, it was opposed. You actually make up an extra day's worth of travel as you, that whole day you're rest, 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 rest,
We're surfing.
Yeah. You actually make good time. Whoops, it's too far.
Hey, this is actually kind of fun. Aether will appear to be enjoying herself as you, pressed up top and then slide down the next ones.
Another day goes by.
Definitely
More.
keeping an eye out for unusual people, but please continue. My bad.
Of course. More. What emotion are you feeling in this next day of travel? Primarily. As you're walking along, the ground stops rising and falling, and then poof, more Duncan just falls face first and goes unconscious.
Whoa. I'll rush over and check her over as best I can. See what's wrong with her.
Lady Duncan?
She snores ever so lightly. Thankfully, the sand doesn't seem to have hurt her at all. If anything, it seemed to have cushioned the fall.
This is concerning.
Ah. It is, but we have to keep moving.
I have an idea. I'm not sure how much you're going to like it. But let me bounce this off of you verbally first.
Hmm?
It appears to me that this magical sand, this powerful magical sand, can be utilized in any sort of magical project. And I am a master of chimerism. Chimerism is magic of the natural world, of creatures, and the natural magic that creatures can do. I think it might be possible for me to work a ritual that can return more Duncan to her senses, and that I can use this magical sand to make it faster, easier, both. But I'm going to need your help if you think you're willing to do that.
Of course.
All right, Corbinian, I'd like to know if there's anything I can imagine from using ritual chimerism that could help identify and repair whatever's going on with more Duncan.
You, through chimerism, could try to wake up the adrenal surge of survival from her body and force her body to kind of give her an adrenaline shot and just force her to wake up. It would probably hurt quite a bit, but I mean, it's the same thing that would happen if you were sleeping and then some lion tried to eat your arm. You'd wake up and your body would go, wake up now, and you're awake. Doesn't care. I don't care how sleepy you are. You're waking up to that sort of pain. So you're kind of simulating that through a ritual.
Right. Like it wouldn't harm her though, right?
Probably not.
I love the way you said probably. Okay, so how difficult do I think this ritual will be?
Be insight, willpower, or might willpower, because you do get to choose. It's one of the few rituals you get to choose. You're just trying to wake her up, honestly. Yeah, we'll call it difficulty number 10. Mind point cost of 30.
Okay. And if I use some sand to, I believe you said I can either reduce the amount of time it takes or reduce the difficulty, but not both.
I said none of those things. I said it halves
Oh, okay.
the mind points.
Oh, okay. So it would basically take up the 30 mind points for me, so I wouldn't have to use my own?
Half.
It would half it. Okay. That sounds worthwhile to me. And what do I get if Lucius helps? He just basically makes a help roll to make sure I make the number?
Correct. And if you fail, he shares in the failure.
Got it.
So it might be spread out a little bit.
Right. Okay. Then I will take a few things from my pack and, do the whole shamanistic Timorous ritual magic gathering of things that appear to be somewhat related to awakening her, and then put them around her, and then begin doing whatever the ritual takes, which I imagine has a little bit of chanting and so on.
Okay.
And you said I can choose insight or might with willpower?
Correct.
I'll use insight. And before I finish, I will rush over and give Lucius like a hug and a squeeze on the hand and thank him for his aid. And then I'll finish it off.
And I'll roll a...
Oh, yes. And I spend the 15.
Oh!
Critical success. Yay.
I don't help, but I don't hurt.
Right. All right, I spent my mind points and complete the ritual.
You have opportunity.
Okay.
She wakes up as you've arranged an array of smells and sounds that trick her brain to thinking that she is in mortal danger now, and if she does not wake up, she's going to die. And it's the biggest jump scare of her life as her brain conjures up the most terrifying thing she can think of, and as her brain desperately is getting her to wake up, and that wakes her up. All right, she bolts off the ground, just scared out of her wits, but and then sees only you lot and a bunch of weird things arranged around her in a circle.
Right. More, are you all right? I'm so worried.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, that was scary.
All right, she'll be back in a second. I'd like a little help with deciding what we should do with this opportunity.
We could always mess with a clock, or we could get something to help us out here, because like information is definitely something that
Absolutely, I was thinking of information.
because we still have no idea what is going on.
Yeah. It also says the game master may ask me introduce a detail too, but I have no idea what he might ask me to introduce. But yeah, I feel like asking for more information than we currently have that might lead us in a direction that can help us understand what we're going through right now better is the right call.
Yeah.
More, do you think that's a good idea?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then that's what I use the opportunity for, is that in the process of completing this ritual, I come to a better understanding of where we are and what we're doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
From what tales and legends you've heard... Actually, I'll reframe it. As you do the ritual, your own sense is keen. And you get to this base instinct that many beasts and monsters have. It's not a thing monsters and elementals care about as much. It's more of a humanoid beast and monster thing. They are keenly aware, if they want to live long, and the older they are, that instinct gets better, of whose territory is what, who claims what. And if you're in a small predator's territory, that predator turns into your prey. They are weaker than you, if you so wish. If it's bigger than you, you know you're a predator who just stepped into someone else's territory. And you have to know when sometimes that territory is either big because there's so many of the thing that would eat you that maybe you should not go that way, or it's one thing that's so powerful it can claim that much territory with ease. Also a thing you probably don't want to be anywhere near.
Right. Like an apex predator, yeah.
You sense that you are within a massive predator's territory, but you see not its lair, merely at the periphery.
Okay. Then after Moore wakes up and calms down and catches her breath, I make sure she's okay.
More, as far as you're concerned, you were walking, and then suddenly they're both looking at you, and there's a circle of weird things drawn around you. And you feel really scared, like someone jump scared you for your life. Your heart's just thumping like crazy, and you're trying to calm down.
Are you all right, Lady Duncan?
What happened?
You passed out. Aether had to enact a ritual to scare you to your senses. Not my preferred method, but...
Well, it's all we had available. I'll begin gathering up the things that I had used to enact my ritual, and then I'll say, I'm sorry that I had to frighten you. But we couldn't leave you here. And without Umbrinius and Vibius able to physically carry you, we had to awaken you.
I could have carried her.
I'm just going to look him up and down and think for days, but I don't say it out loud. Anyway, I'll finish putting my things away, and I say, there's something that you should know. When I was enacting the ritual, I got a magical sharpening of my senses that enabled me to comprehend something that I didn't before. I begin to feel as if this entire area is within the periphery zone of an apex predator of some kind. I believe that we need to limit our time here, decide what it is we're going to accomplish, get it done, and then maybe make our way back to the valley where we left our companion, so that when we do decide to return to the real world permanently, we're near her and able to take advantage of her and her train. But I think the longer we stay here, the more likely it is that we will catch that apex predator's awareness. And to be clear, it may not be a single creature, it may be a bunch of them acting together. Like, it could be a pack of predators, or it could be one big, gigantic, nasty predator. But no matter which of those it is, we do not want it coming after us.
In which case, perhaps we should head back to the to Rock Bottom right now.
Well, we're almost there. Like, only one more day of travel and we get there. We might learn something useful. But if the two of you decide that we should forego that and head back now, I'm totally okay with that. I'll go with what the group decides. But I feel like we've come so far. Why throw it all away?
One more day's travel?
Yes. Also,
Fine.
I'm not sure we know how to get back to our world right now. Unless while I was out, you figured it out.
I'm just going to, like, reach down and sift a little more sand through my hand and say, I think we can use this to do it. I think we can use this to do almost anything.
Aether, willpower is part of it.
Okay. I'm definitely going to continue to use my insight, because I feel like she's trying to reason her way through these things.
It's fair. Yeah.
Did that Oh, I gotta hit submit. I keep forgetting that.
Generally.
Pop-up. Is there any way I can get help from them?
No,
Arguing
this
with
is
me?
your own struggle.
Okay. Well, if it's an open roll, it's a 9. Otherwise, it's an 8.
You lose 4 inventory points. As
Really?
as you're saying this can do anything, you reach down and start filling your bag with the sand, tossing out stuff to make more room.
Okay.
Why do you need potions for? The sand can do that. What do you need a tent for? Sand can do that. Like you're tossing stuff out that you feel is unnecessary.
Fair enough.
There's certain things you keep, like the spear. You're not throwing away something valuable. That's why it's only inventory
Right.
points.
Just inventory stuff, like potential things that could have been useful.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm so saying then I guess I'll get up with my new backpack full of additional sand and heading towards the Red City, since we need to get there and find out what we can learn.
Onwards to the city. Another day goes by.
Yes.
Oh God, why do I keep rolling
Oh,
so
no.
high?
Stop it!
Another elf or something. Cool. It's actually kind of exciting.
Hold on, I gotta roll again. Well, at least it's a different table.
God.
Ba-ba, ba-ba, okay. Uh, uh. Approaching you from the direction of the city red. You feel your clothes constrict and tighten. Your hairs kind of mat to your skin and scalp far tighter. Your breath shortens as you see before you an elf of impossible beauty. Golden hair, eyes like suns, skin like plains, and a voice like music. No creature could possibly exist like this. He steps into your path. Or he does. Kind of androgynous. It's genuinely hard to tell. Greetings and well met. You merry few who walk across the infinite sands. And in your conquering of your fear in your hearts, you have come within the light of the most blessed of all, the most powerful and gilded, Sate of Radobara. I come and greet you in your final moments. I come and greet you into the warm embrace of that final night, of which we have enjoyed for so long. I hope my diction is not too foreign, but I ingested the sands to better my tongue to your ears. And across their person, as they talk more, you see their rather plain adornment suddenly get bedazzled in various jewels in your favorite colors. So it's a mixture of... What's Aether's favorite color?
Aether's favorite color is midnight.
Like midnight blue, midnight black?
Not quite black. It's definitely a blue, but it's a dark, glowing blue, like the color of the sky at sunset, just before it goes from being purple to black. That midnight.
You see that adorning the diadem upon her brow in the center of her head, and at the bracelets on her arms. What is more Duncan's favorite color?
A deep emerald green.
Deep emerald green, dotting the rings at her fingers and a necklace at her neck. What of Lucius?
I would say a yellowish orange.
I was sure you were going to say red.
There's a yellowish orange at her earrings, and you see little tiny gems at her fingernails. His fingernails. Their fingernails? Their fingernails. Let's go with that. And even their garments seem to start shifting into clothes far more familiar. They still look regal to the three of you, but if any of you were to report back what you saw, it would be a bard would struggle to understand what you were describing and would not be able to describe what they were seeing. You understand it fine. You've seen it. And one of you has perfect memory. So one of you would actually be able to draw it.
Mm-hmm.
But reporting it, it'd be just too difficult because it doesn't match any clothes that you have back home.
Interesting.
So
I will give this individual a deep curtsy.
they mirror the gesture at you. Aether, for a moment you see the eyes of the sorceress, and the vision goes away.
Concerning.
Yeah, I was wondering if we were going to finish this episode by waking up and realizing that it was all some hallucinogen and induced fever dream.
I told you ate too many kebabs. You're only supposed to have one, not three, but they're so tasty. Yeah, they also have hallucinogens. Don't eat that many.
You just been like high on a hookah the whole time.
Oh god, that would be absolutely hysterical. But I'm hoping it's more than that. If no one else is going to
It has
engage,
nothing to do with anything.
yeah, if no one else is willing to immediately engage with this person for fear of what they might say, I will finish my curtsy and step forward and say, clearly it is a great honor for us to meet with you. For the moment, I'd like to speak for my companions and ask if you can tell us about this grand place behind you. What is it called? And who are you?
I have told you, if you would listen. With such grand ears and the ability to make more, one would think in your final moments you would pay close care to all that comes across you.
So you claim you are Radobara.
They smile, just a tiny bit.
Why do you continue to state that this is our final? This is not yet written.
All is written within the sands. Every mote, every sparkle, every moment of light, every flare of fire, every whisper of wind, all of it, in time, is marked and numbered. And if you're here, then your number approaches 0.
And yet, if you are who you say you are, then you know that we are of the kind of people who break the chains of fate. It is our destiny to do so.
Fate and destiny are the fantasies of children. Technology demands nothing else but the truth. One cannot conquer time, after all.
And yet perception of the truth is so easily manipulated, as I suspect you may be attempting to manipulate us.
Yeah, and as Aether's talking, Lucius is trying to get a gauge on this person.
Insight is part of it.
Yeah.
It's opposed, by the way.
Can
Yep.
I try to assist?
Certainly can.
That's good.
Gross.
Gross. When we needed it high.
Just knocked my own ear out.
Doesn't-
1 second. Oh,
doesn't
goodness
matter.
gracious me.
I am not helpful.
And I'm back.
It wouldn't matter. I rolled a 5. They rolled a 15.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm... Woof.
You've met many elves in your time. Elves are in the Republic. It's not alien to you. Heck, elves that really hate magic, they flee to the Republic just to get away from the damn stuff. Especially if they're not any good at it. Or they really want to take up smithing or something. But yeah, this elf is just... the most I can tell you for free is that they are acting with the mannerisms of a sun elf, which is the kind you encounter in Wakabo more often than not. Actually, no, I take that back. They hail from the Isles more often than Wakamo, though you do see them in Wakamo. Or the oh, my brain's escaping me. The Connaught.
Right.
But all things are... One can put a glass and filter it with so much film and twist it with mirrors. But in the end, technology properly utilized crystallizes truth for the wary and the knowledgeable. And I need not wage any mirrors if the sky is clear and the stars are bright and the sands are beneath us.
I'll nod. Then I must ask, what business carries you two to come and greet us then? If our time is so short anyway.
It's only polite to greet the wandering and weary.
Surely there must be more to it than manners.
Why should there be? Aren't manners enough?
To what's the truth versus what isn't the truth? I thought you only served the truth.
Ah, clever as a child, yet seeing nothing.
What should I see?
What is in front of you?
Well, you want me to believe that what I see in front of me is Radobara.
It is.
Jim, dumb question, but have I heard that name before?
Insight's part of it.
I'm gonna spend another trade point for bonuses.
Certainly.
He did say it himself when he was speaking to us, by the way. So yeah, it's
Oh yeah, I know. That's not why I'm asking this.
right. I gotcha.
Six. Submit. Not terrible.
You recall a song no elf dares to sing. It is a song usually sung by those extremely tired to help themselves sleep. It is considered bad luck to sing it to someone else, It's something you sing to yourself to slowly lull yourself to sleep. Some think it's magic. Maybe it is. But some people say it's just a really catchy tune. No one's really sure where the song started from. The Shards of Radobara. But you are not just anyone. Oh no, you're an adventurer. A merchant who seeks profit, and profit pours from knowledge. Radobara is the name of the precursor civilization that once dominated, or once occupied, the deserts that Oscara now plunders.
Wait, so she's saying
It's
they are the civilization?
And the proper name of this civilization is the Gilded State of Radobara.
Right.
Huh.
Like Aether hasn't fully comprehended yet, but she's not speaking to a person. She's speaking to the entire conceptual civilization that once existed. Like she hasn't really grasped that Radobara is not a person yet.
Or at
But she's
least
halfway there.
Radobara wants her to think that that's who she's speaking to.
Right.
Because I don't necessarily think that this is who they say they are.
Oh, by the way, there is a clock now. That clock is now 1 of 5.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Great. Wonderful. Okay. He doesn't appear to actually be actively threatening us, however, merely stating that our time is, like, as far as he's concerned, we will all probably die very soon. I suppose at this point I will simply say then, well, if there, I appreciate your great manners in greeting us, and then I would ask if you feel that there's anything important that you would wish to impart to us as we visit. Perhaps we should exchange those pleasantries and information now. Was there something that you wish to know from us?
Huh. In exchange. An exchange, a trade. I would have from you something you hold dear. In exchange, I'll answer in all fullness that which I know.
That wasn't suspicious at all.
Yeah.
That was wow. That was sinister as hell, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to the rest of you and say, alternatively, we can just, like, go. Like, I suppose we can be done here and have no further exchange.
The person nods and shrugs.
What do you think? Should we head back to the valley?
We should.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to lose something that I treasure or value highly. I think we should go.
I agree.
Yes.
I'll turn and curtsy to him once more and say,
He mirrors the curtsy.
I appreciate greatly that you have taken the time to come and greet us personally. I wish you well and bear no malice towards you and yours. And I hope that one day all of us can flourish in peace. And I'll turn and begin making my way back towards the valley.
Peace comes for us all in time. they say, and by the time you all turn, they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know about you guys here.
Cryptic little.
So I get the feeling you're all turning back the way you came, getting away from the red city.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we're headed back to the valley. I believe that's the purple one. Yeah.
Another day goes by. Thank you.
Can we locate the area with the rolling dunes and speed along our way again that way to shorten our journey? Since we know
That just sort of happened, and then it stopped at some point.
I see. I see.
It might happen again. That's why I have to check for it.
Okay.
The sands are unpredictable even to your GM.
Of course. But since Aether is convinced that the sands can do almost anything, can she attempt to manipulate them to help speed our journey?
She can, yes. Would you like to do that?
Unless the
sure if
other
that's
two
wise.
convince her that that's a terrible idea, she's probably willing to try it. But if the other two convince her not to, she won't. Like, she'll share that information with them. If they're like, no, let's not. So what do y'all say?
Given the sinister being we encountered who may or may not be the sand, I'm not sure trying to manipulate the sand is a good idea.
Right.
Agreed.
Okay, then I guess we'll do it the hard way.
Oh, okay. I'll get back to rolling my dice now.
I think Corby wanted me to attempt that.
Oh, God's in
Exciting
heaven.
for certain.
So, alright, cool.
How boned are we?
So, Timzik,
Keithley.
sorry, Lucius, matters more for your character than you. I'm not that meta. Who is an ancestor you respect highly?
I would say probably there was an ancestor that because I had always established that the House of Antis had been like a lower of the Septarchs. I'm thinking of like the ancestor that was able to elevate us to the Septarchs.
You guys a little closer to the pin because that matters more. What do they look like? They're an Avantis, obviously.
Yes. I would imagine rather chiseled. I imagine that this is kind of the type of person that vaguely reminds Lucius of his brother, if only in the sense that his brother very much modeled himself after this guy.
If you're gonna copy somebody, copy the best, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. That makes my life a little easier. No, Ultima gained. So, just so you... there you go.
I mean, it is not exactly him, of course, but
Of
it's,
course not.
you know, very similar armor stylings, very similar, you know,
Hey, I resemble that remark.
yeah, no, it's almost like his brother always had like a bearing that was always imitating the statue of him, that guy.
As you go toward a dune, you see that very man walking over a dune in your direction, and he kind of blinks and like in surprise. His hand, he kind of slides back onto his feet, gets into a battle ready position, like he thinks you're ambushing him, and then there's a quick evaluation before you even say a word. He very quickly realizes you're not here to ambush him, and he just kind of takes a deep breath and slides his feet back together and gazes over all of you. Greetings, salve. Uh,
Salve.
ah,
And Lucius approaches.
I whisper, don't use your last name. It might confuse him.
I'm Lidvian Adventus of the noble republic of Coriastellum. And who are you, pilgrim?
I am Lucius. I am a pilgrim of Mount Novio.
Ah, a devotee to that fire demon. Well, I won't hold it against you, sorcery or not. And who are these far travelers?
This is my entourage.
Pilgrim has an entourage?
Strange times we live in.
Oh.
I'll give him a sweet little curtsy.
I'm more Duncan, a merchant from the Isles.
A merchant from the Isles. And a creature armed with rather impressive weaponry. And
Well, don't forget I'm wearing a maid uniform, but I give him a little curtsy in my maid uniform with all my equipment.
yeah, you notice his eyes aren't drawn to the uniform, they're drawn to your weapons. And the fact that they're not drawn helps him, but, you know.
Right.
We are in a kind of dangerous desert.
Well, strange
It would almost
alien.
be more. It would almost be more suspicious if we didn't have any weapons.
I'll just say a well-trained maid must always be prepared, kind sir.
This is very true. I should get some battle maids in my future.
Oh God.
Hey, it's a trope. I love that trope. It's funny.
Especially shapeshifters like yourself.
I'll just
So
blink
you-
and say, "You know about you? Have you known another?"
Oh, I've read on such things in the faraway countless realms. Supposedly that holy empire, he waves his hand dismissively, has a bunch of them. They may be lying about that, honestly. I think they're lying, but what do I know?
What empire would this be?
The Holy Empire of Night? They are one of those strange Western empires.
Lucius, thinking back, is that the precursor to the Duchy of Wokomal?
Yep. They still exist in your time.
Okay. Okay.
That's the one that Alexander came from.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what brings you out to these distant sands?
Well, I wanted to survey and reconnoiter the area and get a feel for this embattled place. There's war machines everywhere. I appreciate they don't depend on magic and they trust the weight of their technology, but I don't know. These magispheres and sand are just... feels like I'm selling a part of myself just to get at it. And you're saying it's dangerous?
See.
I haven't run into one yet. Mind you, I've been trying to avoid their patrols, so maybe I'm just better at sneaking than you are. That's actually very possible. Actually, that's probably
Well,
true. Okay.
We are traveling in a group, and you are alone.
That is true. I mean, you may not be Legion, but you are a unit, a Cuntabarum, so...
Well, from what we have seen, quite dangerous, and
Oh, dear.
the magics here can affect the mind, so take great care.
Well, in that case, I shouldn't let a pilgrim like yourself wander unescorted. I have a camp to the south, if you'll come with me, and we can discuss plans on how we're going to get out of here. And if you get into trouble, on my honor as Aventus, I will defend you from the monsters and these tricksy elves. Though I can't help with
appreciated.
airships. I don't know how to fight those yet.
Much appreciated. We have an understanding, at least among ourselves, that as long as we can arrive at the city of Rock Bottom, we should be well. At least our particular group.
Hmm.
We have and you know, he thinks he thinks remembers 7, a contact there.
That looks like a sphere of annihilation to me. How do you plan to get past it?
Oh, there's a sphere around the city.
Yeah, there's a big bubble around it.
Oh,
It's been there for days. Weeks even. I mean, if you know how to dispel it, we can go there instead. But my camp is just a few days south. Away from these lights.
Lucius wants to get a read on him.
Insight's part of it.
That's 9.
I don't know how I could help, but I'll try to help.
It's 18.
Oh, for God's sake, doesn't matter.
Really well, yeah.
Rolled an 18.
It is unfathomable to you.
Stop rolling so high.
Avantis
What?
are the masters of oratory, if nothing else. What his true intentions are beyond you. You study books on rhetoric from this man.
Uh-huh.
He was probably a master orator in his day.
Yep. Oh, my brother will be so jealous.
I'm going to lean over and whisper in your ear. Perhaps you should simply convince him that for the moment we should continue on our own ways. Rather than...
Could you just speak up? I couldn't quite make out what you said.
Sorry. My character is whispering, but I say quietly into your ear. Perhaps it's best if we convince him to go his own way, rather than travel with us.
I mean, I can go my own
Indeed.
separate way, he says. Your whisper seems to not evade his ears.
I agree. While it would be nice to make camp, and I would love to discuss philosophy with one as learned as you, we must make haste.
Well, I don't envy your attempt to get through a sphere of annihilation, but I really wish you can come with me and teach my legion how you're going to do that. No matter. I'll just have to figure out my own way. He starts walking south. Well, not into darkness, but over a hill and over a dune, and just vanishes from sight.
I don't see that bubble surrounding the purple valley as if it were a sphere of annihilation to me, do I?
Insight's part of it.
I'll roll to help.
What does that seem to be? Oh, that is a terrible roll. God damn.
Well, now it's a 9. If more rolls a 10 or higher, that becomes a 10.
We shall see.
Hey. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. That sounds like whatever that is. That sounds like an artifact he's describing, because it's a city-wide enchantment. So that's either a ritual that you wouldn't be familiar with. It's not a Chimera spell, a ritual rather.
Sure.
If it is some sort of annihilation sphere ritual, then you should be able. Any ritualist might be able to dispel it. Because making a thing is hard. Unmaking a thing, any ritualist can do. It's just a matter of how powerful the ritual itself is. If it's an artifact that's doing that, you've never heard of it.
Yeah. But there's a lot I haven't heard of.
It's one thing I can tell you for free. It's not a spell. Spells are local. Anything big, anything that affects more than a battlefield or a town square is a ritual. That required a dedicated effort to do.
Okay. Well, I guess we should get moving. We'll know more when we get there.
Yep.
Another day goes by.
Move.
God,
What?
Ah,
It's a 20-sided die. You shouldn't be rolling the side that often. Let me roll my dice. Hold on. Actually, I have to roll a different one because it's a 20.
That
time
is
for that special card
stupid.
again. Well, I mean, it makes the game more entertaining, so more exciting.
Not that one, but this one. Ba-ba, ba-ba. Oops, wrong page. This one, not that one. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh. Click the wrong button. Oh, hey Lucius.
Oh no.
On this day of travel, what is the primary emotion you're feeling?
Primary emotion?
Yeah, the one you feel the most during the day.
I would say at this point in everything, determination, because we gotta get there.
The sky turns and radiates a vibrant orange with a hint of red, that the sky itself is on fire, rolling and heaving above you. Each flare of it matching Lucius's every boot. His swing of arms seemed to stir the sky.
Do more and I notice this?
It's hard not to. The sky's on fire.
Yeah. Man, Lucius, what are you doing?
I'm walking with purpose.
Okay. I'll kind of point up at the sky as you walk with purpose. I'm like, maybe a little less purpose
Lucius
before,
looks up.
before something terrible happens.
Lucius, you look up into the sky and see your determination reflected back at you like an infinity mirror. Lose 20 mind points
Yeah.
and 20 HP.
Yes.
Yikes.
As you
Sorry, I
grip,
said
as the sky just channels all together like a massive fireball and then pours onto your body and mind like so much molten lava. And then it just kind of pours into the sand, and the sand just drains all that away, and the determination is sucked away from you. And you feel tired. Wait, no, you don't. Oh, that was uncomfortable. You're not feeling determined anymore, but you are feeling a little mentally drained, and every muscle hurts because you basically every muscle in your body tense at the same time, as hard as it could, short of breaking something. So you're feeling sore all over.
Oh,
Are you
Should've kept
alright,
my mouth
Lucius?
I'll be fine. I need a minute.
I'm gonna go over and give you a hug and whisper an apology. I should have kept my mouth shut on that, I think. But I was concerned for us. I'm sorry.
And yes, we shall continue onward.
We continue on a bit less doggedly. But we do continue all the
Gosh.
same.
Lucius being a little more careful as he's walking, like, don't walk too determined. He's scared to walk.
He's having a day. Finally.
Just a regular encounter. Good.
Stop rolling 20s.
Well, we're on roll 20, so
Nah.
Uh-huh. It's been like 3.
Certainly been a number.
You all spy in the path ahead of you what appears to be a man with the head of a dog. Bless you.
What sort of dog?
Has droopy ears, sandy looking fur, nice clothes, good for traveling.
Doesn't matter. It's a bestest boy.
Yes. And it seems to be like, as you greet it, it is kind of like on its haunches, like kind of like squatted down, staring at something in the sand. Kind of when you say hello, its ears perk up and it turns to look at you. Oh. Hello. Wave.
Curtsy.
Rabbit. Ears go back. Starts walking forward a little bit. Then sniffs at the air. Ugh, not rabbit.
He's not food.
What was he staring at in the sand?
You get closer to the creature to see what he was looking at?
A little, yeah, just a little closer, not threateningly, slowly.
Insight's part of it, because you're trying to see it without literally having to walk too close to this guy.
Surely. Understood.
Yeah, you can see it. It's not that hard.
Maybe. Okay, good.
It looks like, from here, it looks like a stone, a smooth, polished stone, jet black, more of a midnight black, I guess.
Like obsidian, like a piece of obsidian, maybe?
It's too smooth, too rounded. But that color scheme, yeah, like that tone.
It's almost like an opal jewel or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do I know what it could be? Does it look familiar to me?
It looks like one of those things you just described.
All right.
You'd have to pick it up and examine it to know more.
Well, I mean, it's clearly his, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just, wait at a polite distance.
Not rabbit. Got it.
I am Aether.
Aether.
And you are?
Zula. Hello. He waves at you.
Man, it's all I can do not to, see if I have a bone and throw it.
You get the feeling he'd probably chase it.
Yeah. What you got there, Zula?
Tugs at his clothes. Clothes? I think I have food. Do you want carrots? I have carrots, I think. Hold on. Let me look at my...
I'd love a carrot.
Oh, good. I think I have a carrot in here. Hold on. Carrot. He holds out to you. It's carrot-shaped, but it's way thinner than a carrot that you're used to, and it's yellow and kind of spindly looking. That's probably a carrot.
Yeah, I will take it and take a whiff. Sniff it.
It smells spicy. Kind of tickles at the nose.
Does it smell like it might taste good?
It doesn't smell poisonous.
I'll nibble it.
Nibble, nibble, nibble. Ooh, yeah, that has a tiny bit of heat to it. And there is a flavor that chases the heat. Somewhat sweet. I wouldn't say sugary, but there's that sweet aftertaste that follows the heat. You think he just handed you a pepper. Or maybe this is a pepper carrot?
Okay, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. I'll be like, thank you.
You're welcome. Zulu did a good thing today.
Okay. I'll point at the stone he was singing and say, what's that?
Oh, that? Sand. You have it too, points at your feet.
I'll nod. Uh-huh. If he doesn't appear threatened, I'd like to move closer and pick up the stone that he was examining.
You kind of walk around him. He watches you. He if anything, he actually backs up to give you healthy space. Like he's trying not to come off threatening to you with a somewhat almost automatic etiquette to it. To more Lucius, this is like watching a dog and a rabbit be very nice to each other. You've seen that in Whack-A-Mole. Animals are super nice to each other. They still hunt each other, but they're actually pretty nice to each other. And you're kind of seeing that again, but it's people.
Weird.
Yeah, you go to pick up the stone, and yeah, you're able to pick it up off the ground. Oh, that's a moonstone.
Ooh, what's it do?
At certain phases of the moons, gates open. He wiggles his
Gates
little
where?
paw fingers. His little digits. To where? You want to know where?
Yeah,
Oh, well, I get a treat for it.
sure.
Oh, let me think. Let me think. Let me think. It could lead you to the Isle of Tirgan Sigith and where else? I got more. I want more treats. You can get to the Emerald Forest. Where else?
Can we get to rock bottom?
Where? Huh?
Can we get to rock bottom with it?
Oh, hold on. Let me think. Maybe. Let me think. Rock bottom. Okay. That's a place name, right? That you're saying?
Yes.
You don't mean actual rock bottom, like the deepest
Correct.
dark abyss of hell.
It's a location, right? It's a location.
Okay. No.
Not the deepest, dark abyss of hell.
Okay.
Definitely not.
It can take you there, but not to rock bottom, wherever that is. And where else? There's one more. I got it. Don't tell me. The land of wine. It can take you there.
Land of wine?
Yeah.
Boy, that sounds like a great place to go right about now.
Lots of grapes.
I'm sure. We could all use a several week vacation in the land of wine.
Can I have treat now? I deserve 3 treats. I said 3 things. 4th treats because I said lots of things very quickly. Nod.
What do you want for treat?
Oh, I don't know. What do I want?
Oh, buddy.
Okay, I got it. I want juicy meat with a honey glaze and really tender, and with the bone if you have it. But if you don't have the bone, that's okay, I guess.
I will produce anything meaty that I have in my inventory.
For a single inventory point, you probably had something like that in your trade goods. It's like, you didn't think you were gonna be selling it to some random dog person in the middle of a desert, but
In
hey.
a weird extra dimensional.
There you go.
You're the best. And he grabs it, and that meat disappears rapidly quickly. So does the bone. You hear him kind of rolling and crunching in the back of his teeth, kind of. You get the feeling he probably could just powder them, but he's having fun. It's like a person chewing gum.
No.
Maybe we should get moving.
It's like a hound. Or sorry, I will think as I watch him that he reminds me of a hound that my family used to have.
He looks very content, gnawing away.
I'm going to hold on to this moonstone. We might be able to use it. We might need to use it in the future.
Not all was lost. Some sleeps beneath.
What?
Hmm?
What was that you said?
What did I say? What did I say?
All was lost and some sleeps beneath.
Sorry, forgot. Do I have to get back treat?
No.
Oh.
It's all yours.
Oh, you can take that. Not mine. Ah.
Give him a thumbs up.
He
Let's
looks
move.
up. And you walk by him as he stares up at the sky, confused what thumbs up means.
Right. I just realized I've been pointing at a pointer dog. Okay, we keep moving. Unless somebody else wants to interact with him further.
I'm good.
Another day goes by.
Can we guesstimate how much further we have to go?
Oh, 1 second. Hey! Hooray!
Finally.
Something good happened.
Yay.
Friggin' hell.
Yay.
Alright, so for one, I'll just tell you before I do this, because a good thing's about to happen. So, about 6 days.
Oof.
Assuming you don't get, thrown off track or something.
Right.
I need this button. I haven't hit this. Aha! Is that button? Oh wait, where are you? Oh, you're in that tile. That's why I'm confused. Got it. Boop. Get back to preview. No, come back.
The running commentary is highly entertaining, by the way. I'm not sure what it all means, but
You finally find a place that isn't sand. You find a rather straightforward, and by this point for all of you, rather familiar looking swamp. There's like pools of water, and there's like trees, and there's actually critters running around. They're like,
Oh, so we found an oasis.
I
Of
think
us-
we found the Darklands.
yeah, it's like someone transplanted the Darklands and kind of plotted it here.
Huh.
I recognized it as the Darklands as soon as you said swamp.
But I will say it does not. The one thing Aether feels can just sense automatically because you're from there. This bit of Darklands reminds you of one of the glades of the Elven Wanderer. There are places
Right.
in the Darklands that are safe zones that animals go to flee from the sorceress. Not that this elven sorceress was like actively fighting the sorceress. She just kind of liked making nice places, just because it was a nice thing to do.
Yeah,
and this
like that glade where we found the magic water and stuff.
Yes, this is like that.
Yeah.
Except no tree, which is weird. You're used to the glades having like a telltale tree nearby.
Yeah.
But is there magic water here?
Yes.
Oh,
we-
thank God.
Ah,
Let's drink up,
yeah, we'll
Yes.
definitely
cause oh God.
replenish. Can we also replenish our stores from the fruits and vegetables in the glade for our inventory points, or is that impossible?
Not for inventory points, no, because inventory also covers like random adventure supplies and nails and rock picks and stuff.
And that that
Unless
also
you have the ability that I do, the Wayfarer ability that lets you replenish inventory points with travel rolls.
Yeah, so every
Well,
travel
good.
roll, more Duncan just automatically finds stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
cool.
Oh yeah, and your
Cool,
day's
well-
conditions go away, more Duncan and Lucius, because you
Yep.
drink the magic water, and
Yay.
that cures all ailments. So
Yep, and it also fills up my HP and MP, which was good because I was 2 hit points away from hitting crisis.
Yikes.
Good. Glad that worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I could have, I at any point I could have chugged a potion or a remedy,
but yeah.
but
Right, but you had no way to replenish your inventory points if you did. Exactly.
yeah.
You
So
feel
I
the
was
pages in your book, your almanac, it flutters. It's that sound you hear whenever something new is added.
Huh.
It's obvious that it's made that sound because you haven't heard it in days. You're used to the everyday flutter, flutter. We're in another area of the map. Flutter, flutter. We're in another area of the map. Like, it's just obvious to you. You don't even bother checking it every time, especially in areas you already know. Like, why bother looking? You might look at something to do on the train, but this is the first time it's done it in days.
I'm going to check the map. I'm going to take it out of its scroll case and see if it's doing anything too.
You see a single swamp amidst a blank page.
Wow.
Oh, and it's marked Magic Glade. There's plenty of room around it because there's no something else on the page.
I wonder if this is going to be a thing where, like, we go back to the real world and this glade is still here.
Yes, but we would be in the Darklands, far, far from where we need to be. I mean, if worst comes to worst, we might need to use this to go back to the real world.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should try to get back to rock bottom before we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have an idea of where we are geographically in
Yeah.
the real world. Yeah. It's funny, all of your, well, it's funny to me anyway, that in all of your legends and lore, the Darklands is a foreboding and dangerous place, and yet several times now we've come upon bits and parts of it that have been absolutely very helpful and restful for us. And this is like the third time now that I feel as if my homeland has provided something to save us in a dire straits. And I find that strangely comforting and amusing. But anyway, I guess it just means that darkness is often perceived as dangerous, but it's also comforting and warm. No, just me? Okay.
Do the three of you camp here, or do you carry on your journey?
While we're here and recovering, I definitely take a quick little bath in the, like if it has a little pond, like the other one did. But then after that, I think we should get moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like we should all take a quick bath, get all the dust off us.
What dust?
Oh, yeah. The sand that's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
It doesn't.
Huh.
Well, we think it does.
Yeah, like you take the bath expecting like dust to. It's like, it's odd that you are not gathering any travel dust. You are actually, if nothing else, you find that you kind of like there's like a stain in your clothes that was there from like some battle or another. Oh, that's gone. Oh, the little ache in your left shoulder. Oh yeah, that's been massaged out. Oh, that little bit underneath your nail. That man, if you just had a file and you got that, you could get. Oh, that's gone. Oh, neat. It's like you're being cleaned all the time.
Good.
Your hair's even silky smooth. It's kind of like
Some wizards are prestidigitating us.
oh goody.
Oh, another good roll.
Nothing bad happened, but I
Hooray.
don't think you have the 1 to 2 person with you. It's just a normal travel day. Come here.
The shades of
Oh, God.
Vivius and Umbrinius chasing after us, wondering why we won't talk to them.
Another day goes by. Oh, something
Well,
happened.
there's an event.
Since we're getting close and I've already practically filled my pack anyway, I'm going to use up my last 2 inventory points to just completely fill my pack with more of the sand.
Oh, very good. So you essentially have your inventory is, I will tell you, it is essentially full. So treat your inventory as full again, but it's full of sand.
Right.
So
I'm just saying, like, it seems like something she would do at this point.
yeah.
She's convinced that the stuff is only good, so yeah.
The clock is now 2 of 5. Also, you notice the phantoms that have been following you are gone.
Okay. So effectively, for the rest of this, I don't have access to my guys.
Sadly.
Cool. Okay. Good to know.
You do have something else in exchange if you want.
That's fine.
You sure? The sand can provide.
Oh. What a...
I'm sure.
I mean, it's only fair. I have to offer it to you. I mean, it is here. It could do anything.
I'm good.
Okay. Thought I'd ask. So we carry on another travel day?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a 20 again.
Yeah.
Because then you would have had a choice. What was that? Sorry.
Nothing. Say nothing.
Ah.
Remember, what do you do when the police want to talk to you?
Stop self-snitching.
Yeah.
Shut
the front door.
So it begins to rain. A gentle rain. Like a rainbow glittering its way down to the sand. You feel it's a gentle sort of shower of rain, that sort of mist that isn't so heavy it slows you down or weighs you down or blinds you. But it's enough that it's there. You know it's raining. It's kind of, you know how you took that bath earlier a couple days ago? It's like you're now getting a free shower.
Okay.
And the sand in simultaneousness is kind of drying out your clothes and wringing out your fabrics so it doesn't get it doesn't soak up too much of the water. So it's weird. You're being rinsed and dried at the same time. You get the feeling that if you were hurt, you'd no longer be hurt. If you had any status conditions, they'd be gone now.
Oh, all right.
It's a healing rain.
Well, if my inventory wasn't packed full of sand, I would save some of this in a bottle.
Do you want a bottle of healing rain?
Where would I keep it?
I mean, if you give me an inventory point, you can have a bottle.
I'll do it.
Okay. You grab a baggie out, and it can do anything. So wouldn't it be nice if you had a bottle? And a bottle tears the bag open and forms itself into a perfect receptacle for collecting rainwater.
But now the bag has a rip in it.
Huh?
But now the bag has a rip in it, right?
Well, it's like one of the tinier bags you had, not your backpack.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I will collect that watery mist as we go, and then stopper it and put it in my pack.
That's now in your inventory. Huzzah! The clock is now 3 of 5.
I don't like that clock keeps climbing.
We're almost free.
Keep moving.
Another day goes by.
What should I call this stuff in my inventory?
Oh, that's cybernetic rain.
Cybernetic rain. Okay, I'm going to add a plus inventory item for that. I have no idea what it does.
Yeah.
But it sounds cool.
It's my favorite rock band.
Sounds like an industrial cover band.
I should pull you guys back. We all start approaching that rock bottom, that town between cliffs. And insight is part of it for each of you. As you get closer and closer, something happens.
Is this an open roll? Or is there a set DC?
Set DC.
Okay. Good luck, everybody.
God damn it. You know what? Because we're hitting the end here. I'm gonna... could I spend a Fabula?
Toward what?
Last Pilgrim of Mount Novio. I'm a traveler. I'm traveling from place to place now.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend one too.
To what?
Truth seeking.
Yeah. Yep.
Reroll
And
mine.
I'm gonna reroll both of those because both of those were pretty bad. There we go. That's a
Look
13.
at mine though. Talk about pretty bad. I almost
no.
critically failed.
Well, Moore and Lucius, you're both fine.
Okay, 11.
As you approach the city, and you're getting closer and closer to the. Well, you're not like getting super close to the magic sphere. It seems to be quite a distance away still. Like you probably have another. Well, not a full day, but maybe a half day more. If you push on a tiny bit more, you'll get there. So you're not like right at it yet. So there's probably some thoughts in your mind of, what is it? Should we be careful about it? And as that thought crosses your mind, you two feel an intense heat against your chest and face, and you two, having traveled in Coriacelum, know what lava heat is like, and that lava heat doesn't need you to be touching it to set you on fire. Being near it can be enough.
Right.
So you're like, you kind of stop. You take a couple steps backward and stop yourself from getting too much closer. Unfortunately, Aether does not discovers that a little too late and suffers 20.
I did re-roll to an 11, by the way.
Oh, I thought you rolled a 3 as you re-roll.
Oh no, a 3 was before my re-roll. I spent a point to re-roll.
Ah.
Phew. I'm glad I did now.
Yeah, you step back just in time. Your ears kind of sizzle for a half second.
What did he call it? A sphere of annihilation?
I think it's like 100, 200 meters away from you, and you felt that.
Does it feel like actual heat?
Kinda.
What could this be? I'm afraid that I'm a little out of my depth on matters such as this.
I could have told you that.
I will think on the matter. Have I ever heard of something like this before?
Insight is part of it.
I want to spend the trade point. I'm running low on them. I will not spend the trade point for now.
Hey.
Well then.
Hey!
That is.
I will turn the clock down.
So it was at 3, I believe.
Yeah, you had it at 3 of 5.
So now it's down to 1. Fair enough.
And I would like to help to see if I can get that to a 13.
Certainly.
You said insight was part of it? Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Then I am helpful.
13. That would there's a legendary magic item artifact known as a Sphere of Annihilation from another realm far, far from here on the other side of the world. This isn't it. That looks like mercury pooled into a ball and then over something. And it's also a lot smaller. And it wouldn't cause this feeling. It would just evaporate whatever touched it, basically. This isn't that. So, okay, hooray, good to know. So what is it then? Well, it would seem to be some sort of ritual that was cast over the city that is emanating radiant energy out into the world, shielding the place from danger, basically.
Does that mean that if we can convince the magic that we're not in danger, that we would simply be allowed in?
The people in the city would have to know you're not a danger.
How would we convince them of that?
That's a good question. It's a very great spell if you never want to talk to anybody ever again. Alternatively, the more less smart Alec way to answer that question is you can do a ritual to kind of tell the spell, because it's not conscious, it's just a thing that's happening.
Right.
You can get the spell to recognize your spirit as not threatening. But
Okay.
that's a
Would that
ritual
be
to
a
do that. If you get it
spiritism?
wrong, you'll find out in a very painful way.
Would that be a spiritism ritual or some other type of ritual?
It would be a DLC ritual. Um,
Downloadable content? What?
$10. No, 1 second. Let me find out for you.
That's pretty funny.
Buy the horse
we
armor.
we've done it, boys. We've run up to the DLC content.
Well, if you grind like little monsters in this desert for like 3 hours, you can get in. But if you want to skip the line.
Right.
No. I imagine it's one of those things where it's like you click on it and it's like, this is the DLC content that hasn't come out yet.
Spiritism could do it because you can convey to the spirits within. Instead of talking to the spirit, you can do a ritual to the spell. Rather, you can do a ritual to convince the hearts of the people in the city that what's approaching isn't a danger, even if they don't know who you are. You can kind of extend that feeling to them and make them feel like you're friendly without having met you.
Okay. I would suggest that we do that then.
I'll support you. What do we need to do?
We need to do a ritual.
You would need to do a ritual. Difficulty 13. Magic mind point cost of. I have to do math. 1 second. My points of 160.
Well, at least we cut the cost in half with the sand.
Yeah.
The count sacrificing an artifact, basically. And that's
Yeah,
like
we-
just 1 grain of sand. That's crazy.
If we cut it down with the sand, I can pay it pretty easily myself.
And we could help you to ensure that you hit the difficulty, hopefully. I'd be willing to help.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I should have said. God dang it! It was sufficiently
Lucius?
advanced tech. Sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Sufficiently advanced magic is indistinguishable from gods.
Well, the
it-
corollary is that a sufficiently comprehended magic is basically no separate from technology. That's the corollary to the old statement.
Insight and willpower is the magic numbers you're looking for.
Okay.
Since I'm helping, do I have to use the same 2 stats?
Yes.
That's fine. Oh,
I'm gonna spend to re-roll that with my last Fabula to the trait of Spirit Savior.
Throw it down.
Give me 1 moment.
Oink.
I am no help.
For Pete's sake.
I'm also of no help.
Oh no.
Yeah, then we fail because I don't have any more Fabula.
Right.
And
I
I
guess this is gonna
can't.
hurt.
I don't have any to give you.
I got one to give you. Can I give it to you?
Nope.
No.
It's a class thing.
I was helping. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
a
was
thing
hoping-
I can
I
do
was
because I
hoping I
have a
could
class
pool it.
thing.
I see.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least the 3 of us are sharing it rather than one person taking all the damage or whatever.
So, what you perform the spiritualism. What does your ritual look like as you extend your goodwill to the denizens of the city ahead?
Primarily, I call upon friendly nature spirits to convey our wishes. I suppose.
Motes of sand form into being, and little fairy spirits solidify and become phantoms and start rushing toward the town.
Oh dear. I think we did a bad thing.
They melt in the heat and light of the sphere. More come up and more come up and more come up and more and more and more and more, until the entirety of the sphere is awash in flashing lights. One fairy boldly rushes forth, managing through the hail of sand being blasted and obliterated. One touches a fingertip to the sphere. The sphere lights up, and you see something starting to rise out of the city. You've seen your good friend Droney, right?
Oh God.
He's a support drone. Well, support drones are specifically designed for like little things. They have a little pew pew, but that's kind of like a nice to have. They're more for carrying stuff, being light sources, that sort of thing. These are combat drones. They have magic cannons, and there's a lot of them. And it looks like the city is sending them after you, and there is a lot of them. As the sphere vanishes.
Oh dear. Lucius just looks between Moore and Aether. Run?
That was not supposed to happen.
Yeah. Is rock bottom basically no longer there?
The light that was there is being has vanished because the light that was giving off wasn't the city lights; it was the bubble, and the bubble's gone. There are still some lights over there, but it's like little lights, like tiny, like reasonable lights for a town of its size inside of a crevice. It's still there, but you see a swarm, a veritable wave of these things rushing at you.
Yeah, I agree with Lucius. Let's run.
Yeah,
Run.
we retreat. I was actually considering yelling out, "Burrow into the sand, let's hide," but I don't know if it would.
Would you
So
like to
we'll
do that? You'd be safe.
I think we'll.
I would not.
I think because we're like in sort of like a, what was it, the like valley between two cliffs or something.
Yeah.
I think Lucius is gonna want to try and find a place to hide amongst the rocks.
Those rocks are like 100 meters ahead of you, where all the drones are coming from.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well-
Can we run off to the side instead of directly away from the line? Like maybe if we go off to the side towards the rocks, we can find a good hiding place. Maybe.
You need to go forward to some degree to get to rocks. The rocks don't start to like here.
Alternatively, like I said, if we burrow into the sand, they might just zip right over us. Maybe.
Because unfortunately we're out on open ground right now, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Our only hope is getting to some cover.
Yep. Unless they haven't locked onto us yet, we don't know.
Unfortunately, someone put a big old magical "I'm over here" light at them, so...
Right. Well, we haul ass, I guess. Like, try to escape them. I think. Like, if cover isn't an option, I don't know what else we can do.
You could burrow in the sand. That is an option.
Do I think it would work? That's the important question.
Yes.
Okay, if I think it'll work, I'm going to holler it, and I am literally going to, like a little rabbit burrowing creature, start burrowing into the sand and leave it open enough for them to climb in with me. And I'm going deep.
I'm gonna continue running.
Aether vanishes
I
beneath
don't
the
trust-
sand. Aether is
I don't
gone.
trust this sound.
The clock has gone up to 3 of 5, sorry. Aether, from your point of view, you're fine. You burrowed and you're calling out to them to come to you. And you can hear Aether's voice. It's just Aether just got sucked up by the
we're
sand.
following after.
You coming with me, Lucius?
Yep.
Yay!
And Lucius disappears into the sand.
I will keep running. I do not trust this sand.
Valid.
More Duncan flees for days. And days.
Oh, no.
And days. Why won't they leave you alone? You're not near the city anymore. Why? Leave. Stop chasing. It's hard to run this long. Which, by the way, might is part of it.
Oh dear. That is
Fingers
not a
crossed
good...
for you. Did
Can I
she have to
go-
spend her mind points by the ritual, by the way? I'm curious.
Yes. Because you still spend them even though you failed.
I'm afraid of.
Which reminds me, I need to...
There's probably some class ability that curbs that. I don't know what it is. Not one any of you have, so.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Can I use will to just, like, will
Might.
myself to keep going as well?
Might
In
will,
addition
yeah.
to my...
Certainly. That makes sense to me.
Okay.
Oh, God. Well, hopefully you have enough HP to soak this. You suffer 40 HP of damage.
Ow. I do have enough to soak it, but ow, though.
Your legs hurt. They burn. Your lungs burn. And the sand seems to be trying to help you with this, but you're pushing your... And actually, that's probably how you're able to keep running tirelessly for days. It still hurts. You're not supposed to be running... People don't run for days like this. Unless they're marathoners, and even they pace themselves. You're running as fast as your body will carry you. Until you get back to the safe glade. And eventually, they all try to rush at you. They all fire their beams, and they hit like an invisible shield surrounding the grove. They then try to charge at you, buzzing angrily like so many wasps. And the minute they hit the glade, they beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, and they turn around to leave.
Oh, thank God. I will kind of flop down onto the ground of the glade in exhaustion.
Well, you can drink drink some spring water.
I absolutely will.
Yeah, you get that. You get the HP back.
And the MP, because it's
The
spring
MP,
water.
that's true. Yep.
Hey.
Good stuff.
The other two have been defeated.
Aw. I was really
Yeah.
hoping it would not be that. I was thinking it was like an alternate condition, but that's what I was imagining. You know, like let the
you've
past
changed what
overhead
the loss
back
condition
out.
is because
Yeah.
this those things would have done a very different thing to you. So I have to think of
Right.
you. So currently the clock in this realm is now permanently at 2. It can never go lower. And nah, I'm not doing that. I will bestow upon the two of you a change in your theme
Oh,
to doubt. as you feel as if you cannot accomplish anything without the aid of the sand.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right then.
But, you know, the alternative, if you guys got caught by those drones, you might have lost, like, really important items. Like, they would have been breaking things. So I was like, I'm glad you went into the sand. On the other hand, I'm not glad you did. So, you know, hey, pick your battles. On the plus side, being defeated does mean you just get Fabula.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
true.
is it 2 Fabula or 1? Am I full of crap?
Well, it depends when you give it to us.
Oh, it's 2. You each get 2.
Okay. Well. Okay.
It's
Cool.
2 for being defeated, because you were defeated at the when you went to the sand. That's when you were defeated.
I see. Fair enough.
But the sand was 100% lying to you. Well, not
Gotcha.
lying. It did tell you the truth. You were not attacked by the drones. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yep.
in Aether's imagination, if they were going to dive into it, the drones would fly over us and miss us, and then we'd climb back out and continue on to rock bottom. But obviously, that's not how that's going to work. So it's okay.
You could. That could be what happens.
That's what Aether wanted to happen.
Yeah,
So.
that's probably what happens. Actually, but the doubt still lingers.
Fair enough.
A price was
And it's
paid.
totally within. I have no problem role playing that Aether believes in the sand, because she's bought it, hook, line, and sinker.
But with all that said, for all of you watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And here's to hoping we can recover them from that dark and starry place. A good one. Bye.
So long.
Farewell.
Oh.
That was.
Oh, we
an
were so
awesome
close.
session. I don't know where the hell we are though. That wild. Like I think we're in cyberspace. This is like a non-computerized imagination for cyberspace. I think. Like, how would you imagine cyberspace to people who've never imagined computers?